What is going on, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. We are back on No Man's Sky. I know it's been a while, guys. This is the video that you guys have been waiting for. We are on the Fractal update. Today is March 12th, and I'm actually going to show you guys which glitches still work and which ones I think are the best. So it's not going to be every single working glitch at the moment, but it is going to be the ones that are top tier in my opinion. Now there are some that I'm not going to do just because they work the same way as others, so there might be one or two that that you guys would be like, oh, there's a better way to do that. If it works the same way, that's probably why I didn't cover it. But as long as it's working one way, if you guys know the better way, go for it. Knock yourself out. So first things first, we are actually going to be looking at getting free Quicksilver. I don't know if this glitch still works, especially because of the way the new save system is. I have not played since November, so the new save system has already kind of screwed me up as far as me testing out a few things. So with this one, I do want to point out one thing first of all. You are going to need all 16 glyphs, or at least someone to be able to have all 16 glyphs. And you know, they can come here and then you can join their game. That way you're here and then you can build, or however you guys want to do it. But you are going to need all 16 glyphs to at least get here, because you do have to take a portal. So you'll have to find a portal, then you will end up coming here and trying to remember. There we go. So that's the coordinates down there on the bottom left. That is the planet you need to come to. So you have the eclipse, the bird, the Triforce. Let's call that a tree, another Triforce, rocket ship, the two faces kind of facing each other, a conflict or whatever you want to call it. Another rocket ship, a little radar or hot balloon or air balloon looking thing. Then you'll have the dinosaur and the sunset or sunrise, however you want to look at that. So once you are here, you are actually going to, the portal is actually right over there. You guys can see where the portal's at. We're not that far from it. I'll explain why I'm here in a second. Let's see if I can see the portal. Okay, that's not going to take that long. Give me a second. Let me get over to the edge here. Okay, so right down here is a portal. There is a whole bunch of different, what's it called? Oh, you guys can't even see it because that thing's in the way. Anyway, the portal is down there. Obviously, you guys can see portal. Around it has a whole bunch of communication orbs and everything like that. You have one station over there that is called Silverport Station, which I like that one, but for some reason it doesn't show me that one from space. It does show me this one though, which is Helen Silver Mine. So thank you, Helen. I'm going to borrow your station just for a second, and I'm going to explain why. So in this glitch, you're actually going to need to be taking off from the planet a lot, and if you guys don't have launch fuel or anything like that, or you don't want to keep going through launch fuel, it is best to land on an actual platform like so, an actual landing pad, because when you take off it won't use your launch fuel. So what you need to do is you'll just jump in your ship, you will take off into space, and you are immediately going to start pulsing. So we're going to pulse, and you'll come across a space anomaly here in a second. So there's our anomaly. As you can see, you have something here called condensed stellar ice. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this ice, and then keep an eye on that right side of the screen once it destroys, which my guns are not good in this ship because I have not played in forever. So as you can see there, we got uranium 994. We're actually not going to keep that. We're going to do reload restore point, or I'm sorry, reload autosave. Make sure you pick the correct one, guys. Reload autosave. And this is the part that kind of screws me up, because normally in previous versions you would actually reload down there on the planet. So you are going to have to at least kind of do these a little bit fast. It might still load us in space, but if it loads us in space before we come across that condensed ice, that might even be better, because we should just be able to keep pulsing and get the no, I don't think that's going to work, because it actually still said that we had the condensed, or the uranium right there. So let's try again. Let's see if it works. So there's the anomaly. Okay, so this might be even better. So here's our condensed stellar ice again. Let's see what we get. Quicksilver. There you go. Perfect. I didn't even have to do a cut. So Quicksilver, we got credited 100 Quicksilver. As you guys can see, I'm currently at 1050. So the way that you would end up doing that is you would still do, or no, you would not reload the autosave. Once you get your Quicksilver, you're going to have to go back down to the planet that we came from. Just give me a second here. Let me get back down there. And keep in mind, this is only if you want to keep the item that you just got. So the Quicksilver, obviously we'll want to keep that. We're going to go ahead and land back down here at Helen's Silver Mine. And that was actually a lot faster than I thought it would be. Keep in mind, that also is not normally how short the time is. It actually takes a lot longer than that, and it can be very grindy. But once you get your at least one thing of Quicksilver, you'll come back down here, you'll land on the planet. You can use a save if you have like a save beacon. You can definitely use that. I would jump in and out of your ship a few times, just because what's going to happen here is it's going to do the autosave down there in the bottom right. But once again, that autosave is kind of tricky now, so I'm not sure exactly how that works anymore. I'll have to take a little bit of a deeper dive into that. But if we take a minute here, just kind of give it a second, you can see here that we do have the Quicksilver there. If we look in here, it actually did not give us the uranium that we had, even though it had popped up back on the screen, because I'm not seeing it in here at all, and I'm not seeing it in our inventory over here. So that's kind of good. I'm okay with that. So let's jump in and out one more time. And I'm just taking my time here because I want to make sure that it's actually saving. So we should either be flying down to the planet, or we should already be on the planet when we reload this autosave. Make sure you're clicking the one that says autosave, not restore point. So we're going to do this autosave right here. And I'm not going to cut this video on this part because I do want you guys to see that I am actually, you know, just reloading and stuff. Of course, you know, when the screen goes black, technically I could be doing a cut or something like that. I promise you guys I'm not. There's no reason for me to try to trick you or anything. I'm just trying to help you guys out with getting some free Quicksilver. So give it a second here. The loading, even for PS5, does seem to take a bit longer. Speaking of which, I am on PS5. As far as I know, this does work on all consoles, including PC. As far as Switch, I'm not sure, because that is a new console that this game came out on. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. And then that was really weird to turn back into day there, or night. So one other thing that I did not cover, when you were doing this glitch, I had some void eggs here. You cannot have void eggs on you or on your starship, because it will automatically trigger the mission to do the to start hatching the egg. So you can't have any void eggs on you. So I just threw mine out. I have more. I'm not worried about it. But that's how you would save it. As you can see here, we still have the 1050. We'll go back up into space, do another pulse drive, wait for the anomaly here. There we go, hit our brakes. It's going to be the stellar ice again. We'll go ahead and destroy this as fast as possible. If you guys have better guns, go for it. There we go. We got dihydrogen, and we don't want that. Do reload autosave, not restore point. I'm going to keep ramming that in you guys' head, because someone's going to hit that restore point and it's not going to be pretty. So this one is probably going to do what it did the last time. It's probably still going to leave us here in space. We're just going to keep pulsating either way. Whether it's in space or even if we are down on the ground, we'll just jump in the ship and take off again. So we're still here, and as you can see, it does say that we're still getting that dihydrogen. I'm not worried about that. We're just going to pulsate, because that's what it did with the uranium too. So we'll see if this still works. There we go. There's the ice again. Uranium, not what we want. Make sure you click on the autosave. And this is what I was talking about. So just because I got it within 2 tries on that first one does not mean that's what it's going to be every time. This thing gives you like a total of, I want to say 7 different things. It could give you nanites, it could give you uranium, the dihydrogen that you guys seen there. I think it could even give you like antimatter. There's like 7 different things that it could end up giving you. So if you guys are really desperate for the Quicksilver, that is the only way that I would say come and do this one. If not, I I mean, this is going to get really grindy for you guys, and it is going to take some time. So it's not, I mean, it's an easy way to get the Quicksilver, but it is not a fast way. This is for people who are desperate, and you kind of, you know, you already did your mission or whatever, as far as, you know, how often it lets you do it there in the Nexus or whatever. And like I said, that may also be different. If it lets you do that, like, you know, per hour or anything like that, stick with that one. Don't come here and do this one. But I'm not sure, because I don't ever normally worry about Quicksilver. I don't buy a lot of Quicksilver stuff, so I don't really care about it. But I wanted to make sure you guys know how to do this, because you'll definitely get Quicksilver out of this. And if you guys want the nanites too, because we did just get nanites there, if you want nanites, do the same thing. Just once you get the nanites, go back down on the planet, make sure you guys save it, and then come back up and start doing this again. Uranium. Alright, so we're not going to keep going, guys, but I promise you, you can get it more than once. It just takes some time. I need to go and set up for the next glitch here. So this one does still work. Like I said, if you guys, well, you guys didn't see earlier when I was saying like I said. So I'll tell you now, if you guys are seeing these videos, the glitch is still working. The only time that I will say that it's not working is if I try it and it was a really good one, then I'll at least let you guys know that, hey, it's not working anymore. Why did that not recharge my fuel all the way? There we go. So yeah, I will see you guys here in a second. I will explain where I'm at, what I'm doing, and we'll go into the next glitch. So just give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are here at the next setup. This one is going to be the whole reason that you guys want Quicksilver so much. So like I said, you do have the missions here where you can do in the Nexus as far as getting the Quicksilver by this. As you can see right now, it's 400. I know before they used to have weekly, or not weekly, weekend missions. So I don't know if that is just for this weekend or if these are daily now. I have no idea. But like I said, if you can't do those every so often, then the way that I just showed you how to get the Quicksilver is the best way. And the reason that you guys want Quicksilver, if you're new to the game, you'll actually come over to this vendor here, whose name is not shown. It just says Quicksilver Synthesis Companion. So you actually hold square on him, and you will click on this first one here. It says create exotic items from Quicksilver. So this one is going to be a little bit tricky. Not bad, but a little bit tricky. So basically, you are going to have the amount of Quicksilver in order to buy the item. But eventually, you're still going to get a free item. Once again, if you're watching this part of the video, it does work. I can already assure you that, but it is going to be a little bit tricky. So first things first, when you come in the anomaly, you're going to want to make sure that that the save spot that you have is here in the anomaly. So even before I get started with this, we're going to reload an autosave one more time here to make sure that we're actually loading up inside the anomaly already. So let's hit reload autosave. Let's just give it a second here. You are also going to need to trade an item, so make sure that you have your multiplayer on. You don't have to have your PvP on. You can turn that off. For none of these do you need the PvP on. So make sure you turn that off, but you do need multiplayer for a few of them. So with that being said, we are loading up here in the anomaly, as you guys can see. We're going to make sure that we have an item we can trade on us, so we're actually going to take 1 tritium. Now normally what you would want to do, which it'll probably end up being in here, but we'll figure that out in a second, because we're not going to be close to our starship. Here, we'll do this. We'll throw one of these in here, and then in case it does still do it with the starship, we'll do another one here. So normally what you would want to do is you'd want to take an item that is going to be worth value, and you'll want to trade that to someone just to kind of help them out. The reason why I do it with tritium is because people normally have tritium on them because it's fuel for their starship. So no matter what, almost everyone keeps at least a little bit of tritium on them. You can also do it with other things that are very common for people to have on them, like these ship launch fuels, or even the life support gels, things like that. Carbon is a very common one as well. You just don't want to overload people's inventory with a whole bunch of crap. So what happens is, after you jump out of your ship, make sure your save space, your save spot is somewhere here in the anomaly. you will come over to him and you're going to buy an item. Like I said, you do have to have the amount of Quicksilver that for the item that you're trying to buy. So right now we have 1050, and I already did look in here. The item I want to buy is going to be the red jetpack trails for my character. So wherever that is at, here it is right here. As you can see, it's going to cost me 800, and it says you know, jetpack exhaust override, red jetpack trail, and it even says buy for 800. So immediately after I buy this, because of the way that the save is now, immediately after I buy this, I have to do a trade as fast as possible. It doesn't have to be fast, you don't have to be stumbling around, but it has to be at least decently quick. So let's make sure that we actually have people where we know they're going to be at. So it looks like there's going to be people right here at the Nexus. So let's go back in here, click on the create one, and we're going to go back down to where the jetpack thing was, trail. Here we go. We're going to spend the 800. You guys are going to see this drop down to, I think that's going to be like 250, 150, somewhere around there. So we're going to hit X to buy. There you go. You can see it went down to 250. We're going to come out of there. We're going to run over here real quick. We're going to come back in here. We're going to hit triangle on this to trade. Send that to him. It does say that it was sent. We're going to hit start, and we're going to do autosave. Reload the autosave. Once again, do not hit that restore point. You're going to reload the autosave. So we're going to give it that little bit of time. We're going to make sure that it actually does load up and everything. And the only reason I'm talking now is so that you guys can see I'm not cutting the video. Granted, I could do a voiceover and all that, but that's not how I do my videos if you guys have watched my past ones. So once you're back in here, it even says that they did receive the tritium. As you can see, we reloaded the autosave because it started us back over here. Now, hopefully this worked. We're about to find out. If you hit the touchpad, you can see we do have our Quicksilver back. It's not the 250 anymore. It's actually the 1050. So you're like, well, where's the trail? Well, the thing is, this should register that we already bought the trail. So now, instead of when we go in here, instead of it saying that we have to buy it for 800, it should say that it's available to us. So when we come back in here, where's the trail? There it is, and there you go. So it says available. You'll hit X on it. There you go. You just got a collectible. It said collectible received, and it didn't even charge you that time. So that is how you can get free items from this Quicksilver guy. Like I said, the only problem with that is you have to make sure that you have enough Quicksilver to buy the item to begin with. So if I wanted this tentacled cape, I would have to keep doing the previous glitch in order to get the 3,000, or at least wait until I have, you know, a decent chunk from doing the Nexus missions, and then I can come and do this glitch. So if we look, actually, I don't even know where to equip that at for his jetpack thing. Oh, you know what? It wouldn't even be. I think it would be up here where you have to change the character. I think it's over here. So let's come and check this out. And technically, I don't even think this is going to matter because we have the cape on our character. So let's see, backpack, red trail. There we go. Hit X on that. There you go. You can see we have the red trail. Save changes. Yes. And then how do I go in third person? No, not point. Stop it. No, go back in third person. What are you doing? Oh, that's not third person. How do you do third person? There we go. There you go. You can see we have the red trail. And I already showed you guys that it was free. So that one still works. That is good. And then bear with me, guys. We are going to actually head over to a space station for the next glitch. I will see you guys when I get there. Alright guys, so here we are. We just landed here in the space station. So the way this used to be for anyone who's new, when you, as soon as you jump out of the ship, you guys can see down there in the bottom right the little like globe thing that pops up, that right there, the little bubbles with the circle. Normally that means that you guys had a autosave. Now it does say that it's restores point. It does say restore point saved. We can try that. I don't know if that'll work. I'm a little worried about, you know, actually trying that, but we'll definitely give it a shot. I want to make sure that at least the autosave does work though, so we'll at least give that a shot too. So this is how I have been making sure that the autosave is working. I'll just jump in and out of the ship a couple times, and then we'll go ahead and reload our autosave. I know that, like I said, it does say restore point, but I will load up the autosave here, and we'll see exactly where it puts us, whether it's still in the space station or if we're flying in, because that was kind of quick with how fast I did that one. Normally I'll at least stand there a couple seconds, kind of mess around a little bit, but we'll see what happens here. And then we'll also try the restore point, because that might work. Okay, so we're already here, so that's good. Let's still try the restore point one. That might work. I like how that looks totally different now. So with this one, it's going to be very similar to what we just did with the Quicksilver. Why was there a bright light right there? Are these guys glowing? Is it the data pads they had in their hands? So we need to come over to this, I said Quicksilver. I mean, it's how the Quicksilver one works, but this one is the Tainted Metal one. So this is going to be the exact same thing as you guys see here. I do have quite a bit of Tainted Metal. There is a reason for that too, but as you can see, we only have 3 stacks of 9,999. There's nothing else in there. None in our starship here. Don't judge my multi-tool. I have not fixed anything with that since I have been back on. And then we won't even look at the freighter because it's out of range anyway. So same thing here, guys. This one is going to work a little bit different because you don't have to do a trade. So what's going to happen with this one is we are going to come in here. We are going to ask what they're selling. No, that's not what we want. Let's do purchase old scrap. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's see if I can even do this one. Okay, so it's not going to let me do this one just because this is one of the things, and this also does not work with the Quicksilver stuff. Anything that has more than one in here, so this one has 103, 103, 103, 102. It does not work with that. It does work with these just because they are items that are just like a one-time buy that you can do. As you can see, I already own everything in here, but it works the exact same way. The only difference with these is that you do not have to actually do the trade. So if you guys already own these, you don't even have to worry about this glitch, but if you want to at least own all of these different posters and things like that, it works the exact same way. The only difference is you'll come in here, you'll use the Tainted Metal that you have to buy those, however much Tainted Metal you guys have. As soon as you buy it, just do the reload right there in front of him, and it should automatically give you back your Tainted Metal when you're loaded back in, and then it should go and say that you don't have to purchase it for Tainted Metal. It should just say that it is available, and then you can just keep it from there. So I apologize that I'm not able to show you guys that one, but because the Quicksilver one is working, I promise you that one works the same way, except without needing to trade with another player. So that one should work as well. I like the colors on these ships now. I think they changed a lot of this stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen one with the little balls on top like that. I like that too. Anyway, let's see here. The next glitch we are going to do... So we're actually going to go to our freighter. So give me a second and I will be right back once again. I will be back with you guys when I'm inside the freighter. Alright guys, and here we are at the freighter. So let's go ahead and come inside here. This one is going to be a little bit more time consuming. There are easier ways and I'm going to cover those as well. If you guys are watching this part of the video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell icon. It will let you know every time I'm posting new videos. I would greatly appreciate that if you guys are getting something out of this video. So the one for this one, this is going to be basically a refiner glitch. You do need large refiners in your freighter here. It's nothing special, but it can definitely help you out depending on what you guys are trying to do. So depending on what you guys are trying to do, it looks like you can do 3 at a time, but technically you can do a lot more than that depending on how many refiners you have. So 3 spots per refiner, technically 4 if you do an extra thing, which I'll explain that at a different point in the video, because we are going to do more with refiners, not these, but it'll work the same way. So we're only going to use 1 refiner here, but keep in mind you can definitely do multiple refiners here. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in here. We're going to pick out a few items that we want to duplicate. So we're going to do these 5 salvage data here. We are going to do an Atlas Pass V3, and we will do this here just because I don't even know what the most expensive item is anymore. Actually, that looks like it still might even be the Starship AI valves. Also, keep in mind, this glitch that I'm about to show you guys, I'll back out of that real quick. This glitch that I'm about to show you guys works with any item. Now, there is one exception to that rule. It works with every item except a crafted slottable item. What that means is you guys just seen me put the Atlas Pass in there. That is a craftable item, but is not slottable. What that means is that when you craft that item, it still goes down here in your cargo or into your inventory. If you have one of these items, these are also craftable, but these are already slotted. So if you have already slotted the items, you cannot do it with these. You can't do it with the trade rocket. You can't do it with the remembrance. You can't do it with any of these upgrades that you have here. You can't do it with any of these. Now, if you have ones that are like this, that you have not slotted yet, you can even do it with one of these. So for some reason, if you want 2 simple translator packages, you can definitely put this in that spot, and it will duplicate it. So basically anything that it will let you put into this refiner, as soon as it'll let me open it again, you can duplicate. So the last thing here is we're going to take these ship AI valves, we're going to throw those in there, and you can see there's 50 of them there. So and I don't know why that's still blinking like that. That should have been with the inventory. That was really weird. Go back. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, so we have 5 salvage data, an Atlas Pass V3, and 50 Starship AI valves. So what you need to do from here is, once you have your large refiner loaded up, and like I said, if you want, you can do multiple ones at the same time. We're just not going to do it to save a little bit of time on the video. We're going to come out of here. We're going to go jump in and out of our ship real quick. If I can figure out where my ship's at, there it is. We're going to jump in and out of our ship. And this time we're going to try the restore point, because as you can see there it says restore point saved. So we're going to try the restore point. We'll figure it out here, guys. If not, I'm about to lose a V3 Atlas Pass, but that is okay. So we're going to come back after you create that save. You're going to grab out the items. So this one, and this one. They're now back in your inventory. At this point, what you need to do is we're going to go back into our ship, and we're actually going to go into the anomaly. So that's why I said this one is a bit time consuming, because it does require this second part here as well. We're going to call out the anomaly here. We're going to go into the anomaly. Before you go in there, make sure you have an item that is tradable real quick, because you're not going to be jumping out of your ship. So we're going to move that right there. We're going to fly in here, and we're immediately going to open up our inventory as soon as we fly in here. Come on. There we go. So we're going to open our inventory. We're going to hit triangle, which is the quick transfer. Now people are going to pop up down here. As soon as someone is close enough, their name will turn gray. So let's see if we can have someone that is close enough. And we actually don't. That is not a problem. But here's the catch. When this happens, and it will happen a lot, when this happens, that's perfectly fine. Just do not jump out of your ship. Stay in your ship. If you see someone running, like I can see that guy over there, if he was running right in front of me, his name might pop up gray. He's still out of range, so I'm not worried about it. Like I said, main thing, do not jump out of your ship. So we're going to stay in our ship. We're going to fly out. And there might even be some people flying in, so we're going to pull this up. And look, there's one right there. Oh, and I missed him. Okay, I was talking too slow. So if you can catch that one, you can do it that one on your way out as well. So because we didn't catch him, we're just going to fly right back in, guys. We're just going to turn the ship around. We're going to fly right back in. As soon as it triggers that automation, flight moving in, there we go. We're going to go back in here and we're going to look for another gray name that pops up. As soon as it pops up, you're going to hit X on it, doing a transfer with that person. So let's look for these names. There they are. There's one there. Let's hit X on them. It did say it sent, so we're going to hit start. We're going to do restore auto point or reload restore point. This one should put us back on the freighter where we jumped out of the ship, because that was our restore point there. So we're just going to give it a second here, let that reload. Okay, so it did work. It does say that, down there in the bottom left, it still says that we transferred to them or whatever. So because we pulled those items out of the refiner, you should actually have them back in here. So what were those items? I don't even remember, guys. And I don't think they're in here because it would have been right here. Oh, you know what though? I forgot about this. So when you pull things out of your freighter, they actually go into the freighter itself. So I apologize about that, because now you guys are not going to know exactly whether this worked or not. And I don't even remember what the items were. So we had 50 of these, the Starship valves, but as you can see, we had extra ones. Oh, you know what? The Starship, the Atlas Pass 3. So I have a 2 and a 1 here. We should have a 3 somewhere in here. And maybe it doesn't work anymore. So it's not on the Starship. Is it back in our inventory at all? Not seeing it there. Check the freighter one more time. Maybe I missed it. Not seeing it here, and I don't think it'll go into any of those slots. Okay, so doesn't necessarily mean that we lost it. We're just going to go back up in there and we're going to take a look at the refiner, see if it's still in there. If it's not, then yeah, we lost it. So they're still in here. That's not a bad thing. So we're going to hit X. Make sure it's going into the auto suit or exosuit, exosuit, exosuit. Okay, and those 3 items are back in there. So let's try this again. These errors do happen, guys. You do also have a chance of losing your item, so be very careful with it. My suggestion, to make sure that you guys have it down correctly, don't do it with an item that you're worried about losing. So if you only have one of something, kind of like my Atlas V3, this I can remake. I'm not worried about it. But if you have an item that is, valuable to you and you can't remake it, make sure that you guys are actually, doing it with like an easy item. Like, just do one of these if you want. Just make sure that when you do it, it actually duplicates. And I would even suggest doing it a couple times, make sure it duplicates a couple times. And then from there, you guys can actually be like, okay, I trust myself now. Now I can actually go and, try it the right way. All right, so we restored the auto point, or we saved the restore point with the stuff back in our inventory. That's just basically to start from scratch again. So we're going to come back in here. We're going to do the same 3 items. And this one might not be working, guys, but we're definitely going to find out here. So let's see. We are going to do 50 Starship AI valves again. We're going to do the Atlas Pass V3 again, and we're going to do the salvage data again. I do have more of all of these except the Atlas Pass, so I'm not too worried about it, because even the Atlas Pass I can remake. So what we need to do is we're going to come back down to our ship, and we're going to save the game again. So we're going to jump in and out of the ship, making it save that restore point. You can see there, restore point saved. So now that it's saved, what that did is that saved those 3 items inside of the refiner. Now we're going to pull them out, but that save still has them in the refiner. So let's pull these out, put them back in our exosuit. This time we'll even make sure they're in our exosuit. They are, so it's these 3 items here. Now we can't do another autosave. From here, the only option we have is to reload. So we're gonna not make a save, just jump in your ship, do not jump out. We're gonna go back in the anomaly. Which of course we have to call it again. We're going to make sure that we have an item to trade, like so. We're going to go straight into the anomaly and we're going to try to trade that item. Okay, we're going to hit triangle on this. Hopefully we'll get someone the first try here. There we go. Hit X. It did save, so we're going to back out of there, hit start, and we're going to reload restore point. Maybe it was because I hit the auto save the last time. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second though. So this should put us back on the freighter. It should give us our items in our inventory, and it still should have saved those 3 items into the refiner still. So if we come back in here, it does not work anymore. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well, disregard this one, guys. I will leave this one in only because this was a pretty decent one to use with duplicating items. There are other ways to duplicate items, and I will definitely show you guys that. So this one isn't a big loss, but like I said, there are other ways. So the next way that we're going to do, let's see, that was the freighter. Next one we're going to do, we're actually going to go down to the planet. I do have a half crap built base down there. We'll go down there and I will show you guys the next glitch once we get down there. Alright guys, so here we are back on the planet, and I actually have a couple different things going here. Technically it's the same item that's working in here, so I'm actually working on getting nanite clusters, as you can see there. So if we open this bad boy up, we're going to go ahead and stop this now. And we're actually going to take out the tainted metal. So we are going to do quick transfer, triangle to go into the exosuit. We're going to leave the nanite clusters in there. Do not take those out. Leave them in there. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Open this bad boy up, stop the process. We're going to actually take out the tainted metal, and we're going to leave the nanite clusters in there. So I will get back to that in a second. Technically we're going to do 3 different glitches here, but 2 of them are going to be very similar. And it has to do with these portable refiners. So the first glitch that is well known, and it works amazingly, this thing still works today. Basically you have to have at least 2 portable refiners. So you'll have one, you open it up, you don't have to put fuel in there. Whatever item you want to duplicate, like I said, as long as you have an item that can go into a refiner, not one that's slotted or anything like that, you can duplicate it. So if we take this Atlas V3 pass, and once again, because we did cut the video, I will show you that I don't have another one on me. You can see there's nothing. Go over to my starship, nothing in here. And then of course we have our freighter, but those are the 2 and the 1 that's in there. But the freighter is also out of range, so we're not going to cut the video anymore. You don't have to worry about that. Once again, V3 is in there. Once you have that inside the portable refiner, you will open this up. You'll make another portable refiner. I already have like 4 of them on me, so I'm not really worried about it. You will line it up like so. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. Just make sure that the bars on the bottom, that is what I look at. Make sure that those are lined up. If for some reason it is not letting you place it here, if you look at the very top on the right side, the fourth from the right side, it says toggle free placement down on the D-pad. If you hit down on the D-pad, it should let you place it if it's not letting you do it already. So this will let you place it over top of other items. You'll just place it there on top, and right where my crosshairs are, this bar here is the one that I was talking about. Just make sure it's pretty close to that bar. It does not have to be right on top of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that they're at least overlapping a bit, like so. Once that happens, if you want, the reason why I say you at least need 2 is you can actually do multiple ones. So if we had 3, do we have more? We do. We have one more exactly. Okay. So if we had 3 here, we go ahead and place this one on here as well. You guys remember that we did have the one Atlas V3 pass in there. Place it on there like that. You can do this with 20 of these guys. The only problem is the portable refiners are going to be taking up your inventory space. That's why I don't do it with very many of them. But what happens from here is you will hit the pickup button that's there in the center. For me, on PlayStation, it says right there, hit R3 to pick up. So if you're on Xbox, PC, whatever your pickup button is, that's a button you need to hit. So we're going to pick up the first one. As you can see, 0 carbon. There's our Atlas V3 pass. And then, of course, the portable refiner. We're going to break the second one. Carbon 0, another Atlas V3 pass, and another portable refiner. And then this last one that's here, this one is ours. This is the one that we started with. You can break this one too and just pick it up if you're already done, or you can actually open it up. You can grab your Atlas V3 pass out of there, put it in your exosuit, your starship, wherever you want. And then if you're going to switch to another item, just open this back up, go back in here, pick a new item. We'll do the defense chip. We only have 2 of 10. We'll throw that in there. We'll come back in here. We'll do the portable refiner again, and we'll even do all 3 of these as well. So there's 1, there's 2, and we'll break 2 of them. So break that one, break that one. You can see it's already counting that we already had 4 right there on the right side. And then open this back up. So now we should have a total of 6 of these, and we should have 3 Atlas V3 passes. So come in here, go to your exosuit. You can see there's 1 of those, 2, and here's our 3rd. And they are all the V3 pass. So you can see there, Atlas Pass V3, Atlas Pass V3, Atlas Pass V3. So that is easy to do. Go ahead and destroy those. You don't have to, but you know, obviously if we're not going to keep them, we don't need them. And then we do have our 6 defense chits there. So we'll go ahead and pick this back up. All that is done. That is the easiest one to do in the game. All you need is that portable refiner. Now, with that being said, once you master that, once again, try that with a item that you're not worried about losing, because it is possible to still lose that item. Just make sure that you're doing it right. Try it with like 1 of something that you have a lot of, whether it's like ferrite dust or something like that. Use that stuff, because it's real easy to get that stuff back. So the other thing here, portable refiner that has nanites in it. You can duplicate these nanites. Hopefully this still works too. We're about to find out right now. Do not ever take out the nanites from this one. Leave this one here. Do not pick up your last one. So right now we have what, 3 on us? Yeah, so we have 3 different ones. So we can pick up 3, we just won't pick up the 4th. So we'll take this one, we'll place it right on top, just like we were doing with the other ones. And we'll even correct ourselves a little bit just to make sure it actually works on the first couple tries here. So that's 1, there's 2, and there is 3. So there's 4 down there right now. We're only going to pick up 3 of them. So I'm going to hit R3 once. You can see we're getting a little bit of carbon back, but that was because we were also cooking the item to begin with. And you did see that we got, I think it was like 1430 of the nanites. Speaking of which, before we pick up the other 2, let's show you guys our nanites. So right now, and I'm even going to write this down while I'm saying it. So right now we have 1,312 and what is that? 237 nanites. So we can pick up 2 more. We're going to pick up the second one. There's our carbon. There's another 1430 nanites, and there is another portable refiner. And we're going to go ahead and pick up our 3rd one. 12 carbon, another 1430 nanites, and your portable refiner. This last one, do not break it like we talked about. Open it up, make sure your nanites are still in there. You're good to put down the other 3 back on top of it again, and keep doing that. And if you guys look here, we were at 1,312,237. As you guys can see, that did increase. Granted, it was not that high, but if you guys cook all of the amounts of nanites that you can cook, which I think you can do a max of 4,096, 97, if I remember correctly. So if you're doing 4,097 and you have something like 20 different portable refiners that you're putting on top of that, whatever 4,000 times the 20 is, that's somewhere oh, what is that? That'd be like 80,000. I'm bad at math, guys. 8,000? It's not 8,000. It's probably 80,000. So you guys can have easily tons of nanites just right there. I'm not worried about nanites. As you can see, we have tons of nanites anyways, so I'm not really worried about that. So we'll just go ahead and destroy that one as well. And we got another 1430. So the same thing here. This one is going to work similar, but a little bit different at the same time. So you have to have 3 medium refiners. So we're going to come in here. You're going to take a look. You can see that we have 1152 right now in here. And we'll take a look at our nanites again, since they did just recently change. So as you can see, our nanites now are 1,316,527. So what happens from here is we are going to hit the up on the D-pad. And then if you look down there at the bottom, it says X to place a part. If you want to edit a place part, you hit square, and to go back, you're going to hit circle. We're actually going to hit square. So we're going to hit square. It's going to start highlighting different items that we built. We're going to come over to this one. If you're looking at the top now, the very top left one, it says R2 to move an item. So if we hit R2, it will pick it up. And then if we hit R2 again, it will place it back down. You're going to place this exactly how I'm showing you. So first of all, let's go back real quick, because I want to show you guys where I'm going to place it. So if you guys look at these 3 different little tubes right here in the middle where my crosshair is, this center tube, that is what you want to focus on. The very center there where you see that middle line going up and down. What I want to do is place this part, if I can line up right, this part here with that center tube. So we're going to hit up, square, R2, and we're going to place it just like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to back up a little bit, just like so. So there you can see it is overlapping right there in the middle. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to hit R2. We're going to come over here. We're going to place that as close as we can. Oh God, right there. That works. From here, do not open that middle one. Do not. If you open that middle one and it's not working right, that middle one will disappear. So the way you make sure that this is working right, you want to check the side ones first. So you check this one, no nanites. So that means it's not working at the moment. So don't open the middle one at all. Let's check this one. No nanites. That means that one's not working right either. And they might have fixed this. Maybe it doesn't work anymore. But we're about to find out, because we're going to go back in here. We're going to try to re-edit the parts. Don't touch the middle one. We're going to come back over here. We're going to line this up with that line down there on the floor. And then we're going to put this... You know what? We'll go even further in this time. Place that one there. Do the same thing with this one. We're going to go even further in over here. It's going to be hard to get that middle one, but maybe that is what it is. Maybe it's not overlapped enough. So would we still be able to get the middle one? We would. So we're not going to open the middle one though. We're going to check the side ones. Still no nanites. And still no nanites. So it doesn't look like this one works anymore, guys. I'm still going to leave this part in here as well, just because the best way to, or not the best way, I don't know why I even started saying that, just because I did have the other 2 glitches in this part, and I do think that those are very powerful glitches as far as how the game does work. So let's try one more time. We're going to do it a little bit more out this time. So we'll do it about there. Grab this one. We're going to do it about there. So this time I did it on the very edge of that middle tube, on the outside of it, instead of lining it up with that centerpiece there. So let's back up there. Don't check the middle one. I almost screwed up there. So we're going to check the outside one. Nothing there. Check the outside one. Nothing there. Alright, one last thing I want to try. We're going to open up the middle one here. Alright, so those nanites did not get lost. At least not yet. We're going to try it again. Okay, it's still there. Let's see here. Did that change anything with these? It did not. Okay, so That one doesn't work anymore, but I want to try one last thing here. We're going to take these nanites out. That means we're not doing nanites anymore. We're going to try to do it with just a regular item here. So, first of all, let's do this. Put that down. We're going to grab our Atlas V3 pass. We're going to duplicate it once, because remember, I destroyed the extra ones. So, put that there, break that one, break that one. That should give us 2. Let's double check. We have 1 here and 1 here. So, we have 2 at the moment. We're going to move these away real quick. I don't know why I picked up the middle one. Okay. We're going to come in here. We're going to place one of the Atlas passes in here. Like so. Then we are going to go back in here. I'm going to try putting one here. And the other one on the other side. Oh. Right about... Oh god, right there. Okay. So, don't open the middle one. Check the sides first. Still didn't work. So it doesn't look like the one with the medium refiners work anymore, guys. That is a shame, because that was actually a really good one as well, and you could do multiple items at once. So technically, you could do about 3 items at once. You could have your Atlas Pass V3 here. You could have, you know, Tainted Metal or something here, and you could have your nanites over here, or anything that you refined. This one you would never pull out though. The other 2 you can switch items if you want to and everything. And then what would happen is, if they were all in here, how they're in the middle one, and they were all in this one, on how they're in the middle one, what you would do is you would literally grab the one out of the middle here. You would take this. You would literally just go back into it after taking it, and it would automatically be back in there. But it looks like it's not working. So, like I said, we are going to leave this one in here just because it does have the this thing in there as far as how this one worked. This one is very strong for the nanites, but you do have to actually cook the tainted metal. So if you made it this far, we are going to try one other glitch. Hopefully it still works. So it looks like the last one I was going to show you guys here, it actually does not work anymore, guys. Basically what you would have done, and I had a previous video on this, I will probably have to go back and put that one is patched, because I have not updated the No Man's Sky videos in a while on my channel. But basically what you would have done in the past, which like I said, it does not work, so don't try this, but you would end up buying one of these that's really expensive. So there's one in here that's 187. It only sells for 144, but you would buy out as many of these as he'll let you buy, and then you'll end up doing a trade. You'll come back in the game, it'll still have all of these in your inventory, and then at that point the only thing you do is the trade itself, and you'll come back in, you'll have your nanites and everything back, but you'll also still have these items, and you can just trade back the other, or yeah, you can just sell these back to him, getting 144 for each one. So it definitely worked in the past, but it looks like it's not working anymore, so that's a shame. It was a really good one. But I would say that the one that's going to work the best is going to be the one where you just duplicate the portable refiners on top of each other. Just load that thing up with tainted metal or something, make sure it cooks all the way through, giving you the 4096 nanites. Once you have all of those in there, stack like 20 of those bad boys on top of it, just break down 19 of them, stack another 20, and then break down another 19, stack another 20, break down another 19. Obviously you're leaving that one every time, so that you don't lose the nanites that were cooked in there. But it looks like that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I know this video has been promised to you guys for quite some time now. And I do apologize. I have been working on other videos and everything like that. I know a lot of you guys don't watch those other videos. Most of you guys are actually No Man's Sky fans and not fans of the other videos. So I definitely understand that, but thanks for watching this one. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comment section. And I will get back to you as soon as I see the message or as soon as I can. But thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next video.